the first question which we are going to do, that is the PK company. So should we start, guys? Tell me, are you ready? Okay. Now, there's a question in front of you, PK company. So the PK company is a European company that used foreign supplier for the first time and must pay $250,000 to the supplier in 6 months' time. The following information has been provided by the company bank. The examiner has given you the spot rate. The 6 month forward has been given. Then the money market rates available to PK, 1 year euro interest rates and 1 year dollar interest rates mean the home currency borrowing and lending rate is given, and the foreign currency borrowing and the lending rate is given. Examiner is saying, assume that it is now 1st December and PK's home currency is the euro. Select from the list below appropriate 6 months interest rates that PK company to use if the company hedge the dollar payment using a money market hedging. Now, what was happening, guys? Examiner is asking you that what should be the borrowing rate and what should be the deposit rate. So now see, in this question, first I am explaining you people that what do you mean by the, whenever the examiner is asking from you people the money market hedging, whenever examiner ask you people about this money market hedging, so if you will understand the steps of the money market hedging, the things will be quite easy for you. There are the two types of the money market hedging. The money market hedging is for the foreign currency exports, and this is also applicable under the foreign currency imports. And there's nothing to worry. This money market hedging, this is just a game of the steps. If you are following the proper steps, every answer will be all right. Now, money market hedging is applied for the foreign currency. Whenever you have the foreign currency receipts or the payments, so you have to apply the one of the derivative methods, like the forward is there. The money market hedging is also a hedging technique. Now, if you have the foreign currency exports, so the first step is you have to calculate the present value of foreign currency using foreign currency borrowing rate. This is the first step. Now, as still this is your foreign currency, you are just computing the present value of that. So in the second step, you will convert your foreign currency into home currency. And for this conversion, or for this convergence, you will use the spot rate given in the question. Now, as you have converted this into your home currency, so the third step is you will invest. Invest this home currency using home currency lending rate. And if examiner asks you people about the foreign currency imports, then again the first step is present value of foreign currency. But here remember, here for the present value now, you will use foreign currency lending rate. This is the difference. Please keep muted. Here we will use lending rate. Then again, the second step is the same. You will convert your foreign currency into the home currency. And now, as first we are lending, then here you will borrow. And borrow using home currency borrowing rate. If all of you will memorize these steps, whatever the question the examiner is asking from you guys, you can easily solve. Now see what is happening. The question which we are going to do, what is the question, guys? Examiner is saying, select from the list below an appropriate 6 months interest rates for PK company to use if the company has the dollar payments using a money market hedge. So first of all, tell me guys, this is a money market receipts or a money market payment? Tell me. Tell me guys, please try to participate. You can speak in the class, everyone. This is a money market payment. So I said to you people, whenever the first step, what was the first step? You are going to borrow. So in the borrowing, which is your home currency in this question and which is the foreign currency, guys? In this question, what is the home currency? PK is a European company. It has to pay the dollars. So it's mean that first of all, you have to take the present value of foreign currency, that is the dollar. So as this is a payment case, so in the case of the payments, how we will take that value? We will use the lending rate of our foreign currency. So guys, what is that rate? Can anyone tell me? Tell me guys, which rate we should choose now?
6.1.
6.1. So as rates are given to you on the annual basis, rates are being given to you on the annual basis. Examiner is asking from you guys the 6 month. So 6.1 divided by 2, what is the rate? Tell me. 3.05.
3.05.
And now what will be the deposit rate, guys? What will be the deposit rate? Dollars. What is the dollar deposit rate? 3.5. So 3.5 divided by 2. It is giving you 1.75. So this is the answer. So if you people just remember the steps, the money market question will be very easy to solve. Now, the second question, examiner is asking, what is the euro cost of a forward market hedge? Now, examiner has given you the two forward rates. Which forward rate we will choose, guys? Now, see, many students, they are asking me, sir, when we have been provided the two rates, so which rate we have to use? I am giving you people a very clear explanations, guys. Try to understand. And if you will understand that, in the question of the foreign currency, what will happen? Always consider yourself in adverse position. What do you mean by this adverse position, guys? If you have solved a payment question, the payment should be higher. And if you are solving a receipt question, the receipts should be lower. This is the point. Now, first of all, that is a question of payment. We are solving a payment question. So the payment should be higher. Now see, try to understand how much you have to pay. $250,000 and the forward rate is 1.975 and the other rate is 1.983. So guys, which rate you will choose that your payments will be higher? Tell me. 1.975.
1.98.
No, 1.975. See how? What is the reason? Now, see, we have to pay $250,000. One rate has been given to you, 1.975. What was the other rate, guys? What was the other rate? Can you tell me? The other rate available was 1.983. And those who are leaving the class, they do not know that what they will miss. And the currency denominations are dollar per euro. Now we want our answer in our home currency, that is the euro. So now see, this is the dollar and we have dollar per euro. Dollar will cancel and you will get the answer in the euro. So if you will divide with the lower rate, automatically you will get the higher payments. So $250,000 divide by 1.95, 1.975. That was dollar. That was dollar per euro. So you will get your answer. How much? 126,582. This is the rule. If I modify, guys, as here the division was there. So if you will divide with the higher rate, automatically you will get the lower payment. But we need the higher payment. And what's rule you have to memorize. So now, if I say to you people, if you are solving a question like the foreign currency, it is a payment or the foreign currency receipt should be there. Now, if it is a payment and we are saying that our foreign currency is being divided with the rate, or foreign currency is being multiplied with the rate. So guys, as the payment should be higher, so what you have to do, if it is being multiplied, so which rate we will choose? Higher rate. Milambi, keep muted. And if it was being divided, so divide with the lower rate. And if you are having a receipt question, what will happen then? Again, you have to see the foreign currency is being divided with the rate, or the foreign currency is being multiplied with the rate. Now, the purpose was that receipts should be lower. So, when you will divide with the higher rate, you will automatically get the lower receipts. And if there is a multiplication, so choose the lower rate. So, guys, I guarantee you, if you people will memorize this table, whatever the question the examiner is giving to you, you can solve. Everyone clear now, guys? So our answer will be how much? What was our answer? 16,582. Guys, clear? Tell me, please participate. Abin, Andrew, Aves, Shriya, Shruti, everyone, please. Now, which of the following statements relating to interest rate parity theory are correct? Now, the currency with a higher interest rate would be expected to strengthen against the other currency. Now, one more concept which I am telling you people, guys, one thing which everyone has to remember, what is that? Guys, for example, today's rate is 200 rupees per dollar, and then this rate is going to be 250 rupees per dollar. Guys, previously I was buying $1 when I was spending 200 rupees. Now to buy the same dollar, I am going to spend the 250 rupees. So it's mean that in this case, rupees has been depreciated and the dollar has been appreciated. So whenever any currency is depreciated, in that country inflation will rise, in that country interest will rise, and the same situation is going to happen in the Pakistan nowadays. Our currency against the dollar is very much depreciated. So in my country the inflation rates are very high, the interest rates is very high. So this is the same thing examiner is explaining, but examiner is explaining in another way. Examiner is saying the currency with a higher interest rate would be expected to strengthen. No, the currency which will experience higher interest rates, that currency will not strengthen, that currency will not appreciate, that currency will depreciate. So the first is the incorrect. Now, this theory operates using real interest rates rather than the nominal interest rates. No. In this theory, we use the nominal interest rates, the interest rates which incorporate the inflation. Now, the forward rate can be found by multiplying the spot rate by the ratio of interest on each currency. Yes, that D statement is correct. Because what is happening? Now, one more thing which I am explaining again. What is that? Guys, remember, there are the two parities. One is the interest rate parity, and the other one is the purchase par parity. Interest rate parity tells you people the forward rate, and the purchase par parity tells you people the future spot rate. Now, the interest rate parity is having a formula. You will take the current spot rate into 1 plus interest of first currency divided by 1 plus interest of second currency. And here, current spot into 1 plus inflation of first currency divided by 1 plus inflation of second currency. Now, many times the students ask, sir, how we are going to go for the first or the second currency? Like I say to you people, the rate has been given the 200 rupees per dollar. So the currency which is in the numerator, that is always the first currency, and the currency in the denominator, that is always known as the second currency. So the third statement, which was stated there in the question, that is correct. That the forward rate can be found by multiplying the spot rate by the ratio of interest rates on each country. Yes, that is accurate. Now, now see guys, examiner is asking identify by clicking on the relevant boxes in the table below whether each of the following are effective or ineffective methods for PKA company to hedge foreign currency risk. Mean the company which is in the Pakistan and the company is exposing to some kind of foreign currency. So which methods you will use? Now see. Sorry, the company is not in the Pakistan. Oh, the company is in the Europe. Okay. So first of all, we are saying invoice in euros. What is happening in the given scenario? The company has to pay $250. But now the company is saying instead of paying in the dollars, I am going to invoice in the euros. Definitely, what will happen? You are applying a hedging technique. You are removing your transaction risk because you are paying in your local currency. So that is a effective method. Forward rate agreements. Guys, remember, forward rate agreements are not used in the currency. The forwards are used. The forward rate agreements are used in the interest rates questions. We are talking about the currency. So that is ineffective. Leading or lagging? Yes. Leading mean to pay early and lagging mean delay. So now let's discuss the leading or lagging as well. I need your participation, guys, please. Leading and on the second for lagging. For example, we say that our currency rate is now 200 rupees per dollar, and now after some time it is going to be 250 rupees per dollar. So I just told you people which currency is depreciating, guys. Please tell me. Shreya, tell me which currency is depreciating and which currency is appreciating. Tell anyone in the class who can tell. Okay. Rupees is depreciating and dollar is appreciating. Let us discuss first exports case. Now, what is going to happen? For example, Ismail, please keep muted. For example, I have to receive $500. If I convert the dollars today, so $500 multiplied by 200 rupees per dollar, dollar cancelling. So how much I am getting in the rupees, guys? How much? Hurry up. Please tell me. Please somebody do the calculations. 100,000. And if I convert after some time, $500 into 250 rupees per dollar. Dollar. How much I am getting the rupees? How much? 125,000. So what does it mean, guys? Whenever my home currency is depreciating, so I should be lagging. Lagging means delay. Why? Because if I am receiving now, so I will receive 100. But if I will receive later, I am waiting. Then I will receive 125. So it means that whenever my home currency is depreciating, and I am the exporter, what I should do? I should lag. Okay. And for example, let us say now cases it was 200 rupees per dollar and now it is going to be 190 rupees per dollar. The same exports $500 I have to. So here I will get 100,000 and at 190 how much? 95,000. So if what happened here? Here rupees is appreciating and dollar is depreciating. So guys, what will happen for the scenario when your home currency starts appreciating? You should lead because if you will receive the payment now, lead mean early. If you will receive the payment now, you will get 100, otherwise 95. So what is the benefit if we are having the receipts now? So remember guys, if I make a table here for the exports, if home currency depreciates, home currency appreciates. If home currency appreciate, what I should do? I should lead. If home currency depreciates, what I should do? Lagging. The examples are in front of you. And now if we discuss the import case. First of all, currency was depreciating. So guys, whether you will like to pay 100,000 or you would like to pay 1 to 5,000, tell me. Milan became muted. In the case of imports, as this was the receipts, exports you are doing, so these were the receipts. Now imports, you have to discuss the payments. So you would like to pay 100 or 1 to 5? Definitely 100. So what will happen, guys? In the case of imports, this will be opposite. When your home currency depreciate or home currency appreciates, what will happen? If your home currency depreciate, so we will say we should pay now. We should pay the, and if home currency starts appreciating, so we should delay lagging. So memorize this. Whatever the question the examiner will say, you can easily solve. So now what was there? What the examiner was saying? Leading or lagging, that is a mechanism which will be giving you the benefits. So that is also effective method. Currency futures, yes, that is also a hedging tool. That would be effective. So these are the answers. Effective, ineffective, effective, and effective. Now, PK company expects to receive exports earnings 500,000 in 3 months' time. So select your answers using rectangular buttons. Okay. So this is the basically examiner is asking which of the following is the correct procedure for hedging the money market receipts. I told you people, what was that? First of all, borrow the foreign currency using the borrowing rate. Now what is happening? In this question, the dollar was the foreign currency. So see, borrow an appropriate amount in dollars now, convert the dollars into euros, place the euros on deposit and use the exports earnings to repay the loan. Then borrow an appropriate amounts in dollars now, convert the dollars on deposit now. Okay, convert the dollars into euros in 3 months' time. Use the exports earnings by repay the loan. So guys, which is the most appropriate? Tell me. What was the step? This is the step. We said that we will borrow the foreign currency, then we will convert that into home currency, then we will deposit. So A is the answer. This was the first question. Okay, now see, I was telling the hedging techniques which we have to apply, whether you are applying the forward, the money market hedging, the futures, the options, all these are to manage your short-term risk. Economic risk is a long-term risk, guys. There are no any derivatives available that will be hedging your economic risk. Economic risk is only hedging because this risk that companies are facing due to the economics. Like uh, if I give you one example, there is a past paper question. What was happening? One of my subsidiaries, one of my subsidiaries starts to decline its sales, decline its revenue. And the reason for that was because why the customers were not buying my products? Because my products were costly. The competitors were selling the same products on the cheaper prices. So Why my product was costly? Because to make that product, whatever the raw materials or the labor cost was, that was very much high. Due to which, what was happening? My product was costly and I had to sell that product at higher price. But as compared to my competitors, competitors was having access to their local labor. They were having access to cheap material cost. So they were selling the same item at a less price than me. So this is known as the economic risk. So what I can do then? What I can do then? I should also start to invest in that country where I can find the raw material at cheaper prices, the labor cost at the cheaper prices. Then I can compete with that of my competitors. So economic risk is always present. Transaction risk due to the hedging of the foreign currency movements, and the translation risk would be also there because we are going to have investments in our foreign country distribution and the network channels. So definitely we'll be going to have some assets. So when you will convert those assets into your home currency, you will also find the translation risk. So the three will be present. So the answer is the one, two, and three. Now, examiner is asking how many shares will GN company need to sell in the right issue. Now see, that was a question that was a mixture of your, uh, I said to you, mixture of the two topics. One is the sources of finance, and the other one is the this forex hedging. So what will happen? Let me solve that. Can you see the screen, guys? Tell me. Can you see the screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now see, the examiner was asking what would be the number of shares. Understand the point here that what is going to happen. Guys, do you people remember the theoretical X right price is having a formula that was market capitalization plus fund raised divided by total number of shares. And I am hopeful that everybody is having the know-how. Now in this question, what was happening and what is the formula for this fund raised? Fund raised is equal to right issue shares, right shares plus right price. That is the formula. Now what is happening? Examiner told you people that the right issue would be made at 20% discount. So what is the right issue price, guys? 2.5. Take the 80% of this value. How much will be right issue price? 2.50 into 0.80. What is the right issue price coming? 2. This you had to find the right issue share. So we can find how much you are going to have, guys. How much you have to raise? The 5 million after issue cost of 300. So the total will be how much? 5 plus 0.3. The total you have to raise 5.3 million. This 5.3 million is the two things. One is the 5 million is your finance which the company is going to raise with the help of the right issue. But after issue cost of 300, the 300 mean the 0.3 also is there. So the total is 5.3. So if you have to raise the 5.3 million and the price per share is 2, so how much you are going to have? Tell me. 5.3 million divided by 2. How much? 2.65. That was the E answer. Understand, everyone? So this was a thing which the examiner has tested in another way. Now, now the examiner was asking, what is the dollar cost in the forward market of hedging first interest rate payment on the loan note? Now, try to understand. Now, examiner is asking you the forward rate agreement. What is going to happen? What is the dollar cost in the forward market of hedging the first interest rate payment on the loan? Guys, what was the loan? 6.5. The interest on the loan was 8%, and with interest being payable in euros in a 6 monthly basis. So 6.5 into 8% into 6 divided by 12. How much that amount is coming? Tell me. How you are going to solve now? See what we will say to the examiner, that our interest cost, that was 6.5 million into 8% into 6 over 12. What is the answer coming? Tell me. This will come as euros 260,000. But as the euro is not our home currency, it is the foreign currency. So convert in home currency. So you have been given the rate as 1.287. That was euro per dollar. So divide 260,000 euro divided by 1.287 euro per dollar. Euro cancel. How much you are getting in the dollar? 201926. That is the answer. D. Understand? Now, which of the following procedure for hedging the first interest payments on the loan. Now see, which of the following is the correct procedure for hedging the interest rate payment on the loan note? See now, again, examiner is asking you the money market steps. Now, what was the money market step, guys? Borrow an appropriate amount in euros. Well, what was that, guys? Which of the following is the correct procedure for hedging the first interest payment on the loan note? That is a interest rate payment question. No, Sia, you are saying it should be the A. So A was borrow an appropriate amount in euros now, convert the euros into the dollars, and then place the dollars on deposit. Okay. What was second? Borrow an appropriate amount in dollars now, place the dollars on deposit, and convert the dollars into 6 months' time. Okay, let's see what was the next one. Borrow an appropriate amount of dollars now, convert the dollar amount into the euros, and place the euros on deposit. So, first of all, this was a foreign currency payment or receipt, guys. What was that? What was that, guys? The C is the answer. Answer is the C. This one. Just memorize the steps. Now, examiner is asking which of the following method could GN use to hedge currency risk on the loan notes? Currency swaps. Yes, currency swaps can be used. Netting and interest rate futures. You have to hedge the currency risk. So, guys, the interest rate futures are not there. Interest rate futures are there for the interest rates management. So, C, 1 and 2. That is the correct. This was your second question. Guys, are you understanding? Please tell me. Guys, everybody is understanding? And I don't know that why students have left. This is a very important means like chapter, but the students they have left. The next question, which we are going to do, that is the W run company. Now, what is going to happen? Examiner is telling the home currency of WRAN is the dollar and the company has a supplier in a foreign country whose currency is the dinar. In 6 months' time, Byron company must make a payment to supplier of 3 million dinar and the company is concerned about the exchange rate risk. Spot rate has been given, the 6 month forward has been given, then you have been given the forward and then 6 month interest rate for both of them, borrowing and the deposit rates. Now, W company wants to compare making a lead payment of D3 million now with taking out a few exchange contract for D3 million. So now what is going to happen? They are going to compare the two things. One is that they are having a lead payment. Lead means early. Then the forward. The forward will be after how many months? When you have to pay? 6 months. Okay. So then can be exercised in minutes of time. As the company is short of cash, it will need to borrow money for any exchange rate risk hedging. Okay. When company is raising 300 in 3 months' time in order to ease its cash flow problems, the company would borrow the money for a period of 6 months. It would hedge interest rate risk by using a forward rate agreement. When company has two different FRAs by the bank, one is the 3 versus 9 and at 10 or 8, and one is the 3 versus 6. But the company is also considering interest rate derivative hedging. So the A part of the question, examiner is asking, in relation to the interest rate derivatives, which of the following statement is correct? Interest rate future hedge can be closed out at any time. Guys, tell me, this statement is true or false? Interest rate futures can be closed out at any time. This is right or wrong? Anyone? Seattle, this is right or wrong? Shreya, you tell. Shruti, tell. Interest rate future hedge can be closed out at any time. This is right or wrong, guys? Tell me, guys, if you are giving him the wrong answer, we can rectify. Tell. According to me, it is wrong because what is happening? The futures are having only 4 dates available. One is the March, then June, then September and December. So they can close out at any time. No, they can only be closed out in March, June, September, or December. Forward rate agreement fix the interest rate on future long-term borrowing. Forward rate agreement fix the interest rate on borrowing. That is, I think so. That is the correct. If interest rate options are allowed to lapse, there is no overall cost to holder. No, even the option will lapse. Still, the holder has to bear the premium cost. Buying both an interest rate cap and interest rate floor is an example of interest rate collar. No, in the interest rate collar, if you buy one thing, the other thing you will sell. But the examiner is saying buying both. That is wrong. So for me, the B is the answer. But you see, I think that is a mismatch by the examiner, that the examiner is saying A, but A should not be the answer. See, if I will say the B, what will happen? Examiner is saying FR is not long-term instruments, also buying a cap and selling. So, okay, because examiner is saying fix the interest rate future long-term borrowing. Okay, FRAs are for short-term, we can say, but interest rate future hedge can be closed out at any time. The examiner is saying the answer is A, but answer is not A, guys, because interest rate futures can only be closed out in the 4 March, June, September, or December. So I don't think so that what is the mismatch here. But remember, forwarded agreement is for short-term borrowings, and these statements too are also wrong. So let's see now. Now, that was a very good question. Examiner is saying considering future values on the 3 million dinar payment date and comparing the lead payment with the forward exchange contract, which of the following statement is true? The forward exchange contract cost more than this. Okay, let's see. Now try to understand what is going to happen. This was a hold on, I have a call. Hello. Okay. Now see, guys, what is happening? It was a good question, uh, which will be requiring quite understanding. This is the question. Now see what is happening. Can you see this one note? Tell me, guys. Can you see the one note? Now see, guys, we have the 3 million dinar. The spot rate was 2 dinars per dollar. So if you divide this by 2 dinar per dollar, so how much dollar we are getting? Tell me. Please, guys, whenever I am saying to you, do the working, so do it, hurry up. How much? How much? Please speak. 1.9. It is coming as 1.5. Now, examiner said to you, W company wants to compare making a lead payment of D3 now with taking out a forward contract for D3 million that can be exercised in 6 months' time. As the company is short of cash, it will need to borrow the money for any exchange risk hedging. So, guys, what was the rate if you are going to borrow this money? What was the rate? Dollar rate was how much? 10%. But this was the annual rate. We have to compute the 6 months. So compute this. 10% divided by 2. It is giving you how much? 5%. So it means that now we are going to borrow at which rate? 1.05. So how much is the total money? How much? Dollar 1,575,000. And this was with the help of the, now what was the other rate that was given in this question? The other rate which was available, this was exchange rate, spot exchange rate. This was with the help of the forward. This was with the help of forwards. Now, what was the spot rate? If you lead payment, lead mean if you want to pay now. So the forward rate available was, we have D 3 million and the forward rate was 1.94. That was dinar per dollar. So how much we are getting in the dollars? 1,546,932. So guys, it means that if we lead payment now, we are having how much? 1,575,000 minus 1,546,932. How much is the difference? 2,8,608. This is the answer. You had to compare the two scenarios. So now what we will say to the examiner? We will say to the examiner 28608. The lead payment cost more than the foreign forward exchange contract. So the D is the answer. What is happening? The foreign exchange contract. What was that? This one. 1.94. This was given. 1.94. This was the forward. And if we are going to this 2%, if we are going to do now, because now you have the shortage of cash, you will borrow that amount. So after borrowing, the amount was coming as 175,000. Take the difference, which means that if you are going to borrow now, you will going to have a loan and your amount is in the dollars is coming as 1,575. But if you are going to pay after 6 months, you have to pay 1,546. So the lead payment cost 2,860 more than the FC. So D is the answer. Clear? Clear, Avas, Sia, Shivani? Avas, clear, brother? Now, if W company takes out relevant FRA and borrows at the base rate 10.5% per year in 3 months time, what is the company net cost of borrowing? Now let me tell you about the FRA, guys. Let me give you a brief explanation about the forward rate agreement. The FRA is on the loan and FRA is on the receipts. And FRA we use for the interest. The FRA is not available for the currency. It is available for the interest. For example, we say that we have the booked FRA at a rate of 10%. It means that we are saying that we are going to pay no more than this. This is the maximum. Now, in the first scenario, what happens? The market has gone at 9%. The market has gone down, but I have booked my position at 10%. I have logged. So if the market is going down, I cannot enjoy because I have already locked my position at 10%. So this is a loss. When there is a loss, I will pay to bank. And now let us say interest has gone at 11%, but I have logged at 10%. This is the benefit for me. So now receive from bank. And when it has been a case of the receipts, I said that for example, the FRA, I have booked at 5%. Mean I have locked my position at 5% that below this, I will not accept because this is a receipt. So this is a below this, I will not accept. For example, the market is paying us 6%, but I have said I have locked up my position at 5%. This is a loss. When again there's a loss, what will happen? I will pay to the bank. And for example, the market was paying me 4%. Now here you are having a gain. So when I have a gain, the other party will pay me. When I have a loss, I will pay to the other party. So now what will happen in the given scenario? The examiner is saying, so guys, first of all, try to understand, you are going to borrow in 3 months time and the company would borrow for a period of 6 months. So the total will be the 9 months. So you will select 3 versus 9. Don't select 3 versus 6. And whenever it is a borrower question, select the high rate. So which is the high rate? Which is the high rate? 10%. So first of all, you will say to the examiner that you are going to select 3 versus 9 and the rate will be 10%. Now examiner was asking, what is the company net cost of borrowing? Okay. Can you see the screen, guys? Can you see the screen? Now, now see, guys, how much was the amount of the loan? That was 500,000. I said that I am going to at 10%. This was, and my actual cost has been at 10.5. So first compute the 10.5% and the loan was for 6 months. So multiply by 6 divided by 12. How much you are getting? Tell me. How much? Please tell me. 26250. Now, guys, I have selected the FRA at 10%, but the actual rate has gone upwards. So, guys, this is a benefit for me because what happened? I had booked the FRA at 10 and this has been gone at 10.5. This is my FRA. This is the market. So this is a benefit for me. How much? How much is the benefit? 0.5%. So I will receive from the bank. So you will tell the examiner 500,000 and the difference 0.5% multiply by 6 divided by 12. This was the cost. How much is this benefit coming? 1250. So what is your net cost? What is the net cost? 25,000. This is the answer. 25,000. Understand everyone? Any issue, guys? No. See, you are saying net cost 1250. No, not the net cost is not 1250. Net cost is this one. The actual and the benefit which you are having. You will net off both of this. Then you are getting this net cost. Okay. Now, the examiner was asking which of the following statement is correct. If exchange rate is 2 dinar per dollar, a relative increase in dollar will cause dollar to appreciate. Now see, this is the thing which I have explained already. We are saying that in the given scenario, the rate is, for example, 2 dinar per dollar. And we are saying if the interest will increase in the dollar, if the interest will increase in dollar, so that currency will depreciate, not appreciate. If the interest increase in the dollar, so what will happen, guys? Dollar will depreciate. But what the examiner said? Examiner said to you people, what will happen? Relative increase in dollar interest rate will cause the dollar to appreciate. No, the dollar will depreciate. Now, the international Fisher effect states that expected exchange in the spot rate is equal to the expected difference in inflation rates. This is not being said by the international Fisher effect. The international Fisher effect you are using to convert your nominal rates into the money rates and the money rates into the nominal rates. This is being said by the four equivalence way theory, not this international Fisher effect. The forward exchange rate reflects interest rate parity. Yes, that is correct. Now, in relation to a foreign currency risk, which of the following statement is or are correct? Economic risk is exchange rate risk that can be avoided by operating at domestic markets only. No, guys, I told you people when we started this session that even if you are operating in your domestic markets, still you will be exposed to economic risk that cannot be avoided, because what will happen, like you are not sending the products abroad. What will happen? Maybe your competitors, they are sending the products to those countries, or maybe your competitors are sending the products in your country more cheaper than you. So what will happen? The people will start to buy from your competitors, not from you. So the exchange rate risk, economic risk is always there. And exchange rate risk arises because of changes in exchange rates that have not been anticipated. So what is the answer, guys? The B. What is the answer, guys? B or C, guys? Tell me again. Exchange rate risk because of change in exchange rates that have not been anticipated. So I both C is the answer, both one and two. Oh, only the B. The second only. Oh, yes. Uh, okay. That was okay. Okay. Statement was true, but which of the following statements are correct? Economic risk is economic risk is the exchanges that can be avoided by operating in domestic markets only. Organizations which only operate in domestic markets are still subject to economic risk as long as currency movements can make foreign exporters more competitive in the domestic market. So statement one is not correct. More competitive unexpected change in exchange rates. Still subject to content. Okay, you can say, but for me, I think so that the one is also correct. Oh no, he said economic risk is a risk that can be avoided by operating in domestic markets only. But I don't think so that can be avoided. Still, the risk is there. So that is incorrect statement for me. The second only, because still he's again explaining here. The organization which operate in domestic markets are still subject to economic risk. But here he's saying in the wrong sense. So for me, the B is the correct, but I don't know that why he's saying so. Maybe mistake. This was your question. Now we are solving the last question. That should be, guys, are you getting something? This class is useful for you? Tell me, guys. Guys, the class is useful. Thank you. Now, the question which is named as the Marigold Company. What is going to happen? Marigold Company is based in a country which uses the dollar as its home currency. Marigold has a wholly owned subsidiary based in country which is uses the M shillings as its currency. So now the subsidiary is there. So the home currency is the dollar and the foreign currency is the M shillings. Due to the economic uncertainty in both countries, An exchange loss is expected to occur after consolidating the results of the subsidiaries to the group account. So if there is exchange loss, definitely this company will be facing the translation risk as well. M company is expecting a receipts of MS from subsidiary in 3 months, which is wishes to protect against exchange rate movements. The following information is available. Examiner has told you the exchange rates, the spot rates, then the money markets hedging information data will be given. So what type of exchange rate risk would be experienced with the 100 loss? So that is the translation risk, guys. Easy. Now, if M company uses the forward market, what amount will be received? So guys, again see, you have to receive this. So forward is 1.08 as this is the receipts. The answer should be lower. So divide by the higher rate, 1.1125. 300 divided by 1.1125. How much you are getting? 269663. 269663 is the answer. Now, match the appropriate values to the relevant targets in order to reflect what amount M will borrow and deposit if it uses the money market to hedge the MS receipts. Now see, guys, amount to borrow. As this is the receipt question, so I told you people the first step is the present value of foreign currency. So foreign currency in this question is what? This is 300. That is so 300 divided by 1 plus borrowing rate of foreign currency. So MS borrowing rate is 4%. But this 4% is annual. So we want to receive in 3 months time. So 4 divided by 12 multiplied by 3. How much is coming, guys? Okay, let's solve. Let's solve. Hold on. Let me solve. Now see, we are saying that uh, amount that was how much? 300,000. And this was MS. To get the present value, divide by 1 plus borrowing rate of foreign currency. The foreign currency is the MS. So the MS borrowing rate is 4%. So 1 plus 4% into 3 over 12. How much you are getting? You are getting MS 297029. Now, examiner was asking, convert it. So MS 297029 and the rate was, you will select 1.1250 MS per dollar. So How much you are getting in the dollars? 264026. These are the answers. 297029. This one. And amount to deposit. What was that? 26. This one. This is the answer. So only you have to apply the money market hedging. Now, examiner is asking, M company is now considering the use of an option to hedge the currency risk on the MS receipts, and its bank has offered over-the-counter options with an exercise price of 1.1250 per dollar. So guys, remember, options can be exchange traded as well as the OTC, over the counter. So what is going to happen in the case of exchange traded and the OTC? I am going to give you people a recap of entire forex by the end of the class. Okay. So first examiner was saying the option will be more expensive to set up compared with either forward contract or money market hedge. Yes, because on the options you have to pay the premium. So the A is the correct answer. A, and the two you have to select. And then examiner was saying an imperfect hedge will result as the option will be for the standard amount of currency and only for a number of contracts. No, guys, here we are talking about over the counter option. In over the counter, such options are not available where you have the standard amount of currency and the whole number of contracts. So the B is incorrect. Now, you are saying that it was to strengthen, if the dollar was to strengthen against the MS. So marigold companies like to worse off by using the options compared to the forward or the money market hedge. That was a quite interesting question because again, examiner was trying to confuse the students. Let's solve. Now see what is happening. Uh, we have been given the rate in the question. Let us say that the first rate was given 1.1250 MS per dollar. Examiner was saying if the dollar was to strengthen, if this currency is going to strengthen, the other one will be depreciating. Let us say the rate is going to be 1.1350. This is MS per dollar. So convert your currency, guys. That was three. What was that? How much? How much you had to hedge? 300,000. So 300,000 MS divided by 1.1250 MS per dollar. MS cut. How much you are getting in the dollars? 29 269 663. And if you convert at this at point, so then you are getting 2643. How much? 2643 1 0. So guys, see the exercise. This was a receipt. So when your dollars are going to be strengthened, M company is likely to worse off by using the option. Tell me, guys, what was the option which was here? That was 1.1250. So 121250 is giving you this receipts. And if you are going to increase it, mean if you are going to strengthen the dollars, then it is giving you 264310. So it's mean that this statement is true, that when the dollar is appreciating, see what is happening in this question. MS is depreciating, dollar is appreciating. The same scenario there. What is happening? The 1.1250 was the exercise price. We will prefer this because we are receiving more. But if it is going to be appreciating dollar and the rate is going to be this one, definitely we will not choose. So if the dollar was to strengthen against the dollar, M companies like to worse off by using the option. Yes, we will use the option compared to forward or money market. This is the correct step. So the C is the correct. So in this example, what is happening? That the option A and the C, they both are correct. Because examiner is saying using an option hedge will mean that M company is obliged to exercise. No, there is no obligation to you. Because the option gives you the right, not the obligation. So A and C is the answer. Now see guys, which of the following statements is true? M companies ensure whether to use a forward contract or a money market hedge and is comparing the relative advantage and the disadvantage of two. So the forward contract has the advantage of being tailored precisely to requirements, but the money market hedge will be a standardized instrument. No, money market also is not a standardized. No. The forward will result in M company receiving the dollars equivalent to the MS in 3 months' time. Yes. Whereas the money market hedge will provide company with dollar receipts today. That is the correct. The B. The B is the answer. So this was all about your. I have solved 3 to 4 questions. Now, let me give you people a recap of the forex. Do you want a recap, guys, on these hedging techniques? Guys, do you want a recap? Tell me. Who want to recap these hedging techniques, guys? Okay. Guys, see, try to understand. For the foreign currency, the hedging techniques which will be tested, that is the forward, that is the futures, options. For the interest rates, you have the FRA, forward rate agreement, interest rate futures, and the options. Along with, in the interest rates, you have the cap, you have the floor, and you have the collars. Then the swaps are there. In the swap, you have interest rate swaps and the currency swap. Now, futures are binding contracts. Forwards are binding contracts. Options give you a choice. If the option will be favorable, we will exercise the option. If the option is not favorable, the option will lapse. But in both of the cases, we have already paid the premium. We already paid premium. Now, if we talk about the futures, guys, futures in your course, there is a very means that the detailed approaches are available for this forex in your next paper, that is known as the AFM, Advanced Financial Management. But in your course, what is happening? Only the for the futures, you have to select amount of foreign currency. Then you have to tell the examiner whether you are going to buy or sell future. Then you have to compute the number of contracts. Anyone in the class who can tell me the formula for the number of contracts, guys? Anyone? That is amount of foreign currency divided by contract size given. Then, as the futures are there, in the case of the future, many times you will face a basis risk. Basis risk is the difference between the opening spot and the opening future price. If you have bought a position now, then you have to close it, mean you will sell it. And if you have sell now, then you will buy later. These points you should keep in mind. Now, if we talk about interest rate futures, that will be tested. If you are solving a borrower question, you will say, I will sell future now, buy later. If you are solving a lender question, You will say, I will buy future now, sell later. And these things, examiner test in your MCQ. Okay. Now, cap. Cap is for maximum payments used by borrower. Floor. It is for the lender for minimum receipts. The lender will buy floor, borrower will buy cap. But on both of them, there was huge premium cost. So then examiner introduced a topic named as collar. Collar is a combination of cap and floor. There are the two types of the collar. One is for the borrower and one is for the lender. In the case of the borrower, remember, borrower will buy cap or put option. Borrower will sell floor or call option. In the case of the lender, lender will buy floor or call option, or lender will sell cap or put option. So this was all about your revision studies. And remember guys, FRA, I have already told you. So please, still the time is yours. Try to give the best, then the things will be easy.